Once you step inside, you can't step outside unless you die.
Who said that? What have I gotten myself into?
The silence in the house felt suffocating as I climbed the stairs slowly, the faint sound of something moving upstairs sending chills down my spine. I hadn't expected this at all. What could be upstairs? My heart raced as I reached the top and walked towards the hallway. The first thing I noticed was the curtains, flapping gently as if the wind had blown through the cracks. But the windows were shut tight. Then, from outside the window, I heard it. Tola. My heart skipped. It was soft, almost a whisper, but the unmistakable sound of my name. Who could possibly be calling me? Who knew my name? I froze, standing there in disbelief. My first instinct was to open the window, but that's when I remembered the first rule. Do not open the curtains after 11:30 p.m., even if you hear someone calling your name from outside the window. I glanced at my phone. 11:42 p.m. I swallowed hard. The rules were clear. I had to ignore it. I turned away, but a strange unease crept over me as I headed back downstairs. The house had grown eerily quiet, but not for long. At exactly 12 a.m., I heard footsteps upstairs. It was soft, quick, almost like someone was running. My first thought was that it might be the child. I hesitated. The footsteps were getting closer. But then, I remembered Rule 2. If you hear footsteps running upstairs between 12 a.m. and 12:15 a.m., do not go to check. The child will be asleep. It is not her. I forced myself to stay where I was, even though every part of me wanted to rush upstairs. But the rule. I had to follow it. Minutes passed, and then, at exactly 1 a.m., I heard the kitchen tap turn on by itself. The soft splashing of water echoed through the quiet house. I turned toward the kitchen, my body moving almost automatically toward the source of the noise. But then I remembered Rule 3. The kitchen tap may turn on by itself at exactly 1 a.m. Do not attempt to close it. It will stop on its own. I stopped. I couldn't do anything about it. I had to let it be. The clock ticked. Time seemed to stretch, and then, 2:30 a.m. came. I glanced toward the hallway, remembering Rule 5. Avoid the mirror at the end of the hallway after 2:30 a.m. I dared not look at it, but curiosity tugged at me. The hallway looked empty, but still, I resisted. Rule 4 and Rule 6 followed without much thought. If the baby monitor shows a shadow beside the crib, look away immediately. Do not zoom in. If the child wakes and asks you to open the door for her father, carry her back to bed and sing any song. Do not approach the door. These were easy to remember, but I felt the tension building in my chest. Finally, as 5 a.m. drew nearer, I heard a knock on the door. Tola. It was the man's voice, the father. We are being pursued by armed robbers. Please, open the door. Please, we need your help. His voice was desperate. The panic in his tone made me hesitate for only a second. The rules had said to never open the door. But the urgency in his voice, the distress, it felt so real. I stared at the door, conflicted. My pulse raced. Should I open it? But then I remembered the last rule. No matter what voice you hear. No matter whose face you see. Even if it is the employer. Even if it is US, do not open the door until 5 a.m. I hesitated, torn between the rules and the apparent danger outside. I fought with myself, until the last moments before 5 a.m. The knock came again, this time louder, more frantic. I couldn't hold out any longer. I opened the door. The moment the door swung open, the house plunged into darkness. There was no one there. No father. No mother. Just empty, suffocating darkness. Then, without warning, the door slammed shut on its own, trapping me inside. I turned, panic setting in, but that's when I saw it. The time had frozen. The clock on the wall was stuck at 5 a.m. I was no longer alone. As I looked back toward the door, I saw a figure standing in the corner of the room. Not the parents, not anyone I recognized. It was a strange, ghostly shape, watching me. I tried to move, but my legs wouldn't obey. The house was suffocating, and I felt my breath grow shallow. The time had stopped, and I was trapped, forever bound to the house I thought I'd only been hired to watch over. I was no longer the babysitter. I was part of the house now. The next one on the list. And time would never move again. The end. Please, like and subscribe to our channel for more.